All right, hello and welcome back to a session of FitEssentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through our session today. We're going to go ahead and start standing. We'll be doing our spinal cord breathing to get our bodies warm to begin. And if you're using the B3 bands, we've already added air. So go ahead, if you are on the recording, you can pause and get that air in your bands. Otherwise, coming up to standing, you're going to kind of march your feet just underneath your hips. Draw your belly in. Make sure you're not overarching your lower spine. Establish that nice soft bend in the knees. And then when you're ready, you're going to breathe in, circle the arms around, palms come together, forearms come together, and then breathe out. Chin to the chest, bow down like you're making a little ball with your upper body. And then as you breathe, standing tall, engage the glutes. Circle those arms up and back. Squeeze the shoulders back. Very nice. Breathing out, tucking down and in. Breathing in, standing tall. Maintain that soft bend in the knees though. Squeeze the shoulders back and down as you open through the arms. Yep, and then curling down and down. Let's go 2 more cycles here. Try to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and spread your fingers. Spread your hands nice and wide. Good, and then this will be our second to last of the exhales. Final breath in for this exercise. Nice deep cleansing breath. And then one more exhalation. Blow as much air out as you're comfortable. When you finish, drop your hands to your thighs and slowly come back up to standing. Very nice. Walking your feet out, hands on the hips, and just some gentle hip circles next. Rotating through. Good. Rotate the other way. Super. All right, go ahead and walk your feet in. Stand up nice and tall, and we're going to begin our first circuit with a paused march. So you're going to lift up one hand and the opposite leg, like you're trying to move slow motion. This will challenge your balance a bit. Push that big toe down, draw your belly up, and we're alternating sides. Nice and smooth. Good. We'll speed it up as we get warm. Do one more on each leg. Really lift up and pausing there. Walk your feet about hip width apart. Draw the belly in. We're going to work our squat pulses next. So when you're ready, you're going to send your hips back, just the top quarter of the squat. Reach your arms out, then push through your feet, standing tall. Breathe in as you sit back. Breathe out as you stand tall. Good. Feet firmly planted. And then as you get warmer, you can start to move a little faster. Pulling down, pushing tall. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's go 2 more. Down and up, down and up. Good. Walk the feet in just a little bit. Bring your index fingers together in front of your body and then circle your arms to overhead, in front and up, in front and up. I want to just get kind of like a rapid arm circle here. Nice. Maintain a soft bend of those elbows throughout and drawing your belly in to engage that midsection. 2 more. Up, down, and pause. Good. Shake out the arms. Readjust the feet. And next, we're going to go an overhead pull. So bring your arms up to the shoulders, palms up towards the sky. And when you're ready, like a raise the roof. Up and down. And notice I'm not overreaching at the top. I'm just extending the elbows and bending, pulling them down to the sides. Nice. 10 more seconds. Squeeze your tush. Squeeze the back side. Breathe out as you push up. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Just take into a little side step arm swing. Watch that you don't slap your arms into anything, as I just did on the chair. All right. That's the end of set 1. We're going to go back to our march, but this time a march and punch. So when you're ready, walk those feet in, draw your shoulders back, standing tall, and then for the march and punch, raise the knee and punch across. Try to breathe out as you punch. Good. And you can, go slow on this as needed. I want you to keep those hips level. Good. Couple more on each side. And try to hold those arms up the whole time. 2, 1, and pausing there. All right, we're back to our squat pulse next. So draw the belly in, set the feet, and then when you're ready, working that top quarter of the squat, all the way back and up. Feet are planted. Nice. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. We're going to go just a little bit longer on this one, so we're going to take another 15 seconds here. Keep those shoulders down out of the ears. Reaching those arms straight out in front of your body. Nice. We've got our overhead, those index circles next. If you want to turn it into a step jack or a jump jack, you're welcome to it. Rest from that squat pulse. So index fingers touch in front. If you want to add the footwork, you'd step out to the side or jump. Good, here we go. And just a little bend in those arms, tapping those fingers in front of the body and overhead. Nice. 10 more seconds. And pausing there. Shake out those arms. We're back to our overhead pulses. Walk those feet in, toes pointing forward. Soft bend those knees. And then when you're ready, raising the roof. Just bending through those elbows. Keeping the shoulders back and down on this one. Here you go. 10 more seconds. Squeeze the backside. Draw that belly in. And take the pause. All righty, shake out those arms. Slow it down for just a second. Take the one hand to the opposite thigh, other hand reaches up to overhead. And we'll flow from one side to the other. Reaching across, peering up. Stretching out that side body. If you feel comfortable, look up at that hand that's reaching overhead. One more each direction. And take a pause. If your water glass is nearby, let's grab a drink. And then we're going to do a couple stretches for our next circuit. All right. First thing we're going to do is kind of wake up the back of the body. So we're going to be practicing a few good mornings here because we have a deadlift as our first exercise. So set those feet just underneath those hips, toes pointing forward. Draw that belly in. Establish a soft bend in your knees, and then I want you to cross your arms over your shoulders. As you send your hips back, raise those elbows up, draw your chin in, try to look right down at your feet as you back forward, and then as you stand tall, you can bring your arms down to your chest, engage the glutes, standing all the way up. So I'll breathe in, raise the arms up, send the hips back, say hello to your hamstrings, and then standing straight up from there. Amy, if you don't mind, turn sideways to your camera, and then I can see your back angle a little bit better. Looks good, Diane. Squeeze the glutes and stand. There we go. Back and up. And the key here on those deadlifts is not letting that lower spine arch. So you want to feel like you're pulling the belly in towards the spine as you hinge. Alrighty, shake that motion out. And then let's do our behind the back stretch next. I want to open up through your chest. Walk your feet nice and wide outside the hips. Establish that bend in your knees as you draw that belly in. If you can interlace the hands, or you can use a towel here, you're going to grab the hands behind your body, extend those arms without arching the back, and then if you are comfortable to take in that forward fold, long spine as you bow down, pull the hands right up over your torso. Yep, chin in, anchor down through those feet, and breathe into your back. On that next inhale, push through the feet, come on back to standing. Awesome. All right. So from here, let's go ahead and get a light to moderate weight, and we're going to kind of walk our way through the next round or the next circuit. First round will be a little bit slower as we introduce each exercise. So we're going to be doing a single arm deadlift, which just sounds a little bit weird, right? But we're going to just hold the weight in one arm, and then that good morning, that hinge position that we just practiced. We'll draw the belly in, keeping the weight right between your legs. You're going to lower it down and then standing up nice and tall. So it'll be long spine, lowering down and stand. So when you're ready, if you haven't started already, squeeze the shoulders back, draw the belly in, and let's begin. Knees push out. We're gonna spend about 20 seconds on one arm, and then we'll switch hands. So nice and controlled. You can take it all the way to the floor. If you notice, I'm just going to mid-shin. So I have a kind of a small weight. Instead of bending all the way forward and maybe losing that flat spine position, just bowing down, squeeze the glutes as I stand. When you're ready, go ahead and switch hands. So grab onto the weight with the other hand, and then same thing from here. Over and up. Use your upper body. I'm kind of using my shoulder blade to keep that weight close to my midline. So I want to feel like it's right against my legs as I bow down. Squeeze the tush as you stand tall. 1 or 2 more. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, next we're going to go into an elevated push-up, or you can hold a plank. So I'm going to be demoing on the box here if you have a wall, a countertop, whatever is best for your body. And loose legs right in the way. So as you're working these push-ups, hands right underneath the shoulders. If the shoulders don't feel ready for a push-up, hold the plank here with me. If you feel like you can do a push-up, elbows in, lowering the chest down, and push away. So midline nice and tight, lowering that heart down, and driving up. Whenever you're ready here, go ahead and begin. Common things that happen is those hips drop forward. So you want to keep the hips level to those shoulders. Yeah. Another thing we see is the elbows winging out wide. So think about drawing the shoulders back. We're just come a little bit closer. Nice, Shirley. Good. Just watch that stable chair. There you go, Diane. Maybe a little bit higher surface would be a little bit better for you if you can raise your hands up a little bit higher. 10 seconds left. Yep. Looks good, Amy. Let's go one more, Shirley. Perfect. And 3, 2, 1, and rest there. All right. Here we go. Coming back to standing. Now we're going to practice our squat through that full range. Excuse me, Moose. So if you want to hold on to the chair or a doorway, we're going to practice coming all the way into that squat. Sending those hips back, lowering your hips down below the knees, and then drive your feet standing tall. If you feel secure in that full range squat, feel free to just raise your arms in front. Good. Reaching back. We'll take another 30 seconds here. So just move at your own tempo. I want you to emphasize, instead of speed this time, I'm more focused on the range of motion, meaning how far down can you go without pain? Feet planted, knees pushed wide. Awesome. See how everyone's looking here. 10 seconds left. Good, Laura. Yeah, Shirley. Nice, Diane. Got maybe one more, everyone. It's our last exercise of this circuit. And 2, 1, and take a pause. All right. Grab a short drink. We're going to go 2 more rounds of that. But first, we're going to do a little bit of a stretch. So for the stretch, you can use a wall, or I'm going to use the back of this chair here. Place the hands about chest or shoulder height. Walk your feet back, draw your belly in, and you're going to lower your chest and lower your head between your arms. Common thing that we want to avoid here is arching that spine, so pull the belly in and just invite your heart to lower down towards the floor. Breathing into the back of the rib cage, and as you breathe out, see if you can stretch a little bit closer. Nice moves. Great opening for those upper arms and shoulders, back of the body. One more breath. And when you're ready, come on up. Getting some love from Moose this morning. All right, friends, we're going to take about 20 seconds to transition, and then we're going to be back to those deadlifts, holding that weight right between the legs. You'll be holding the weight with one arm. So as you come into position, walk those feet outside the hips, standing tall, draw that abdomen in, and when you're ready, keeping that weight close, long spine as you bow down, squeeze the tush as you stand tall. Nice. So positioning is key here. Hinging at the hips, avoiding bending through your back. Do you feel like your back is held pretty stable? And then I'm just bending at the hips, pushing my hips back, squeeze the tush as you stand. One more, and then switch hands. Hold on with that opposite hand. Then as soon as you switch hands, we'll begin. over and up. We'll take another 20 seconds on this side. Push those knees out, squeeze the back side of the body. Just means your butt. Squeeze your bum. Breathing in as you lower down, breathing out as you stand tall. Let's get 1 or 2 more. Over and up. Excellent. When you're ready, set the weight down and you'll make your way to your push-up station. So as you're getting ready for your push-ups, check back in with your midline. Draw the belly in. Place one hand underneath each shoulder. You can have your feet a little bit wider. That might help your stability. And then when you're ready, elbows pull into the sides, shoulders draw back, and then pushing away. Lowering that chest to your surface, and then driving out. Once you know the movement, look right between your hands. Awesome. The whole time, drawing that belly up and in, no sinking of those hips. Looks great. Yeah, pushing out. Nice, Shirley. 15 seconds. That's looking better, Diane. In and up. Awesome work, Laura. Those are great push-ups. Let's give maybe 1 or 2 more. Nice, Amy. And 2, 1, and rest. Coming up for our squats. Those of you that feel a bit more confident in your squat, if you want to hold some weight on round 2, you can hold a dumbbell right underneath your chin. I am going to be demoing without weight though. So you'll set the feet, draw the belly in, and then when you're ready, working that full range, sitting those hips back, heels are planted, big toes pushing down into your floor, arms reach out if you're not holding weight. Or if it's light enough, you can reach the weight out in front. Wonderful. Sometimes those knees will tend to dive in as we're pushing tall. So sitting back, pushing through the feet, standing up. Beautiful. About another 10 seconds to practice here. Breathe in as you lower down. Breathe out, standing tall. Finish that rep and take a pause. Woo. All right, back to your water. All right, we're gonna do a little stretch in between sets. Those of you wearing the bands, go ahead and release the air, unless you came on late and have your own timer, but if you started with us, we're right about that 20-minute mark. And then what we're gonna do for our mobility here, if you have like that countertop surface or whatever you use for your push-ups, that should be a good surface to do this stretch on. So I'm gonna support through my belly, take one hand, placing it down on my surface. I'm gonna take my other hand, reaching to the opposite knee, and then we're doing this rotation stretch where you reach the arm out, pivot that opposite leg of the side you're rotating towards. Breathe in, I reach across the opposite knee, and then I pivot that foot that I'm turning away from. So just a good opening for the hips and the midsection. Straight arm on the side that's pushing down. Do about 3 rotations on one side, and then we'll switch sides. So again, midline strong. Now I'll take my hand to the opposite knee, and then long arm. Looks great, Shirley. As you reach around, follow the hand with your gaze. Breathe in, reaching under. Breathe out, rotate through. Yeah, very nice. Good opening, Diane. Open. When you finish 3 times on each side, come on back to standing. One of my favorites. We haven't done that one in a while. All right, fantastic. And then we're going to get started on our 3rd and final round of this series, starting in about 15 seconds, back with those deadlifts. If you're feeling a little bit fatigued today, you can always rest this last round, because we have one more circuit after this. Otherwise, walk those feet outside the hips, draw the shoulders back, draw the belly in, and when you're ready, bowing forward, standing tall. Awesome. Shoulder pin back. Moving at a tempo that you feel comfortable with. I'd rather have good mechanics than speed, but once you have solidified your mechanics and feel strong there, then you can move a little bit faster. After you finish that rep, switching hands with your weight. Final time on that other arm. Good. When we're holding the weight on one side of the body, we have to watch that we don't get twisted through the hips. So focus to send your hips straight back. Nice, 10 seconds left. Good work. And 2, 1, transition. Last round of push-ups. All right, go ahead and place one hand underneath each shoulder. Walk your feet into position. And when you're ready, here we go. Lowering the chest down, pull those elbows into the sides. Nice, strong push away. Even though we're really working with our upper body, still focus to engage that lower body. So I can kind of contract my thighs as I squeeze my glutes and stay strong through the belly. When you engage that lower body, it helps not to sag through your hips. That's 30 seconds. You can hold the plank when you get tired on those push-ups. 10 seconds left. Good. Staying strong, staying tight. Wonderful. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, coming to our last sequence of squats. So getting ready for your squats. 1 second. All right. When you're ready, set those feet, draw the belly in, and working those squats. Option to hold some weight here. Sitting the hips back and standing tall. I just muted myself for a second because I realized we've got a step ups coming up. I could use this box here, but normally I demo on a little step stool. So it's like, I don't know where one of those is just yet in this house. Back and down, eyes up, chest tall. We'll have a stretch break anyway, so we'll have some time to reset. Wonderful work. Keep focused now. Don't let me be a distraction. Put your knees wide, draw that belly in. Let's get about 2 more really good reps. Back, 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 all the way up. And when you finish that rep, shake it out. Nice job. You're gonna meet me in the chair, or if you want to stretch on the ground, we're gonna open up our hips next with figure 4 stretch. All right. So when you're ready, I'm going to be demoing from the chair here. I'm going to go ahead and ease off. All right, so let's move into our hip openers here, starting with our glute stretch. So sit up nice and tall. You're going to interlace the hands in front of the shin, draw that leg up and in, and we're going to see if we can kind of cross this foot over. Readjust the hands, shoulders down out of the ears as you invite this knee across towards that opposite shoulder. Draw the chin in and breathe. Another 10 seconds here. Watch that upper body position so you can really use this to activate that mid-back. We're going to stay on the same side of the body. Look to grab your foot and ankle, kind of square the hips, and now we're looking to invite this knee to lower down, transitioning to figure 4. So then Moose thinks he's supposed to chew on my toes. Chest tall, shoulders back and down. Breathing through that stretch. Good. Take note to which side of the body you're stretching. We're going to come out of that movement in between sides. We're going to do our forward fold. So sitting up nice and tall, draw the belly in, hands on the thighs, and then go ahead and slide the hands down the legs, draw the chin in towards your chest, and just get a nice gentle stretch into that mid-back and low back area. Using your breath to breathe in, expand the back of that rib cage, and on your exhale, see if your body wants to come a little bit closer to the floor. On that next inhale, gradually make your way back up to seated. And we're going to do that same stretch sequence on the opposite side. Starting with that glute stretch. So we're sitting up tall, pick up that one leg, interlace those hands. And we're going to cross this foot over. Good. Now here's where we'll adjust those hands and now really draw the shoulders back as you squeeze and pull that leg across towards the opposite shoulder. Feel nice opening that outer hip. Very good. One more breath. And when you're ready, looking to transition to that figure 4. Pulling the foot a little higher on the thigh and letting that knee lower on down. Excellent. Let's hold about another 10 seconds here. Gentle stretches. And release that leg. Good. Let's do one more stretch from seated, and then we'll make our way back up to standing. Just as a heads up, if you do have a step stool nearby, we're going to be doing some step ups in the next set. I'm going to go ahead and use this box to demo, but I don't imagine that many of you have a box in your area perhaps, but otherwise we're going to stretch the upper body first. Raise one arm up nice and high, bend that elbow, draw the chin in. We're going to reach around, pulling that elbow back. Get a nice stretch for the triceps. If this is a challenging position, just stay there. If you want to go a little bit deeper into this movement, you can bend to the side, breathing in as you come back to that seated position, nice and tall, and then a nice side bend, laterally flex your torso. Good. 3 times total on those side bends. Good. When you finish 3 times there, release the arms, shake out those shoulders, and then we'll take it the other way. Raise that hand nice and high, bending at the elbow. Watch that head and neck position. Reach around, drawing that elbow back, drawing the belly in, holding here, or softly side bending. Good, about 3 times on that side bend. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna have, let's see, probably 2 or 3 rounds. We'll see where our time is as we get moving. But as we work our step ups, we're gonna be working all on one leg and then switch. So if you have a little step stool nearby, if you don't have a step stool or anything that you can step up on, an alternative would be either a lunge if you're confident in a lunge, or our reverse giant steps here, okay? But go ahead and come on up if you want to grab a drink. This box on the shorter position. Socks off. All right, so once again, this is a little bit higher than I imagine most of you using, but we're still gonna focus on the same mechanics. So let's review this first. You're gonna get as much of your foot up on that surface as you can. With a nice tall chest, you're gonna push down. You wanna come all the way up to standing. Both feet come onto the box, and as you lower down, you wanna really watch the position of the knee. The knee tends to dive in. So you push the heel, stand tall, and then come all the way down. 45 seconds on one leg, and then we will switch. And the foot comes off the box or off the step each time. I don't know if I demoed that. So standing tall, when you're ready, pick the side you want to start on, and here we go. Drive into that heel, come all the way up, and back and down. Nice, foot comes off the box, back up onto your step, pulling through. A staircase works well for this as well. If you can kind of skip a step and possibly use that second stair. Again, position of that knee. Push that big toe down. That's going to help support up through that hip. Well, that's 30 seconds. Let's go another 15. See how we're all looking here. Standing tall. Nice, Amy. 10 seconds left. There you go, Diane. Up and open. Maybe one more step on that side. And rest. Nice job. In between legs. Make sure you take note. I was on my right leg. If you were the same or opposite, take note of that. And we're going to do our little sway work in between sides. So arms out to the side. Draw the belly up. We're coming onto one side, either onto one foot or just shifting your weight in between sides. You relax those arms down and then lift on up. Breathe in as you lower down. Breathe out, lift. Squeeze that glute. Good. So another 15 seconds here. Down, lift, squeeze those shoulders back. Beautiful. Bounce a little bit off there. All righty, last one, and shake it out. Let's get ready for the step ups. I was on my right leg. I'm gonna be on my left this time, so whichever that means for you. Hips square, chest tall. Take that foot all the way up on the box, and here we go. Pull through that heel. It's coming up to standing. Watch that knee. both on the up and the down. Drive that foot down, push the toe down, standing tall and back. Good. So while we're watching the knee, we also want to watch the hips. I'll show you from this angle here. Sometimes as we're coming up, the hips will kick out. So focus to keep the hips square to your shoulders. That's 30 seconds, another 15. Fantastic. Maybe one more time, all the way up, down, and take a rest. All righty. Grab a short drink. We're going to stretch at the end of each set. Starting with our standing forward fold. So standing up nice and tall. If you are seated, you can repeat what we did from seated. Belly drawn in, hands on the thighs, chin to the chest, and then slide on down, reaching for your ankles. Ensuring that soft bend of the knees, chin to the chest, 2 to 3 breaths at the bottom of this stretch. When you're ready, nice and slow, push through your feet and make your way back to standing. Splendid. All right, we're gonna take 15 seconds and then we'll be back to our step ups on your first leg. So I'll be back to my right leg. This will be our second of 2 rounds here today. All righty, standing tall. When you're ready, let's have everybody on their right leg, picking that foot up, planting that foot down, and begin. Open through the hips. Good. Push it down, standing all the way up. Excellent work. I'll also go ahead and show here what we can do if we don't have a step is our, hello balance. Stepping back, stepping up. From the sides, it looks like this, back and up. That's 30 seconds, another 15. That heel planted, draw that belly in. That's gonna help keep the hips level. Good, nice, Laura. Knee up, drive for the heel. Excellent, good. You're really pushing down into that step. Final rep. Solid, and rest. All right, back to our final set of those sway steps. Standing tall, walking your feet wide. Arms reach out. And then just as it sounds, we're swaying towards one side of the body. If you can come up onto one leg. And then resting the arms in between and then lift up like you got those strings pulling you up to the ceiling. Yep. The goal is to hold that position when you get to that one side. Squeeze that back tush. Good. Down and up. I can keep both feet on the ground as well and just shift my weight onto that one leg and then back. Broad chest as you raise those arms to the side. Spread the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back. Good. Let's get one more each direction. Wonderful. And shake it out. All right, 15-second break, and we'll be into our final set of step-ups. You should be on your left leg for this final set. Standing tall. As much of your foot up on that step as you can, and 2, 1, begin. Eyes up, chest up, pulling through. Awesome. All the way off, all the way on. There you go. Come all the way up to standing. Squeeze the bum as you stand tall. Yep. Keeping the knees nice and balanced. Nice, good. Great rhythm. There you go. 20 seconds left. Up, stand. Again, if you don't have the box, we're practicing our giant steps. Back and down, back and up. Still working that single leg. Good, 1 or 2 more. Final one, and shake it out. Beautiful. All right, let's revisit those hip circles that we used as part of our warm-up. Moving into our cool down stretch next. About 3 to 5 circles. And then when you're ready, go ahead and switch directions. It's a great loosening up through those hips, especially after those step ups. We're doing a lot of stabilizing through the hips. If you're sitting for a while and you get stiff in that low back, this is a great little movement to do when you come up to standing. All right, next we're going to open up those hip flexors. So let's start with your right leg forward. Step your left foot back, let it lower that heel down to the ground. You can either go arms overhead, or I'm going to demo from our little shoulders position, I dream a genie arms. So we're going to raise the arms up, hips rock back, rock it forward as you lift the chest, squeeze that back glute, your trail leg, and then turn your body towards your right leg. Rotating, turning the head and neck. Breathing for a couple of breaths and then unwind. Rest the arms down. Let's do it one more time on this side. So I send my hips back, send my hips forward, squeeze the tush, raise those arms. And I'll show you from the front this side. Again, rotating towards your right. Head and neck turns. The whole time trying to squeeze the tush of that trail leg. So trying to squeeze your bum on your left side. When you're ready, unwind from there and shake it out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. In between, a little side step arm swing. All right, when you're ready now, you're going to step your left foot forward. The right foot steps back. You can lower it down onto the heels. Feet are hip width apart. And then we're back either of those overhead arms or over the shoulders. And now the hips shift first. Hips back, hips forward. Squeeze this tush of that trail leg. And then gently rotate, turning towards your left side. Breathing about 2 or 3 times, and we'll unwind. We'll do that one more time on this side. Arms rest down, hips go back, send them forward, raise the shoulders up. And one more time, turning towards your left. Breathe and release. Great job. Lowering those hands down. All right. And then you can either repeat that position, or we're going to go a little bit deeper into that hip flexor stretch with our standing quad stretch. So if you need to balance yourself, please hold on to a chair or a wall. And then we're going to work our way, looking to grab that foot, pulling that heel towards your glutes. Get a nice stretch of the quad. I know I say it a lot, but I want to emphasize this is one of our more challenging stretches for this class. So it's totally okay if you can't quite get there. We have shown this from the floor a few times. And if you can do this stretch, it's a great one to do daily. When you're ready, go ahead and release that first leg. And give your body a little bit of a break if you want to shake your hips side to side. And then we'll get ready to do the same thing on that opposite foot. Standing tall, draw the belly in, grabbing that other foot. And again, we're trying to pull that heel towards the back side of the body. Whenever we're stretching, I'd like you to feel the body stretching, but without feeling like you have to grimace or feeling like you're in pain. I'd like you to kind of stay out of that pain range. All right, and then from there, lower that foot down as well. Feel free to grab your water bottle and then either meet me on the floor or in the chair. All right, if anyone's choosing to go on the floor, it's going to be our hands and knees, hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, and rotating open. From a seated position, what it looks like is you're going to take your left hand behind the head, right hand on the inside of your right knee, and then as you breathe in, you're going to bring your body across, a little bit of a rotation as you lower that elbow to the opposite thigh. And then this is where you get the benefit of the stretch. Push into that knee, turn your torso, look over that shoulder. 5 times. Breathe in as you lower across, breathing out as you open. It's a good practice to pause in that open position. Turn the eyes as well, like you're trying to follow your elbow with your gaze. Good. Sitting tall. Let's go one more here. When you finish your 5 times there, same thing other side. One hand behind the head, one hand on the inside of the knee. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin. Really trying to pull that elbow back. You'll get a slight opening through the chest as well as you rotate. Pull that elbow back. You should feel a little bit of an opening in the front of the chest. 1 or 2 more. Super. All right, if anyone's on the floor, if you know that child's position side stretch where you walk your hands to one side, that would be a similar stretch on the floor. Those of you that are here with me in the chair, draw the belly in. Let's take your left hand to your right knee. Hold on to the seat of the chair with that right hand, and then nice and slow, sliding down, chin to the chest. Feeling a nice gentle stretch. Typically, you'll feel it on the left side of your body here if you're reaching away. Use your breath to send some air into that area to kind of expand. On that next inhale, come back up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Sitting tall, holding on to the seat of that chair, hand comes to the opposite knee, and then draw the belly up and in as you slowly slide on down, chin to the chest, reaching across. Once again, using that breath to expand through the rib cage, keep your lungs able to fully expand that lung capacity. Deep breaths in. And on that next inhale, come on back up. All righty, sitting up nice and tall. Do our shoulder rolls next. So up and back. Up and into the ears, then really back and down. So shrug the shoulders up, squeeze them back and down. Wonderful. And then we're going to move into our cat-cow from a seated position next. Or once again, if you know it, on the floor, from hands and knees. If you're joining me seated, I'll show you from the side here. Sit up nice and tall. Feet are flat on the ground. Hands come to the lower knees. Breathing out, you'll pull the belly in towards the spine as you round your shoulders forward and bow your head down. Breathing in, you slide the hands up your thighs, drawing the shoulders back, broadening through your chest, and slightly lift your head. Good. Breathing out, shoulders forward, chin in. Breathing in, nice gentle arch. Let's go about 2 more cycles. One more time. And all the way up. Fantastic. And then once you finish there, some neck circles, chin to the chest. Really slowly circle that head around. It's pretty common here to feel a couple little clicks and such as you move through the head and neck. Just don't want to push anything. When you're ready, change directions, gently turning that head the other way. Fantastic. And then from there, we're going to breathe together. Raise those arms out to the side. Spread the fingers nice and wide. We're going to lower them down as we shrug up on our inhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Expanding once again. Twice more. Breathing in. Shrugging up. Breathing out. Final breath. Fantastic. I just invite you to take about 30 seconds or so. You can sit up nice and tall in your chair on the ground. Draw your chin in, relax your eyes closed, and then just feel your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel through your spine, sitting up tall. Feel your lungs and your rib cage gently raise up on the inhale, lower down on the exhale. And then I'll just leave you with a little bit of some gentle chimes. As much as it's important to move, it's also important to take those moments to be still. Practice calming your body, calming your nervous system, and just kind of getting out of that place of worry and stress and anxiety. You can always use your breath to help calm that body down. All right, friends, thanks for being here today. Remember to drink your water, eat some vegetables, and we'll see you next time.